Hey friends, good to see you. Thank you for being here. It's time for Global Tarot Circle. We do this once a month. We have been doing this online since like 2011 or something. We moved it to YouTube just a couple of years ago, and this is where we live now. So thank you everyone for joining us. If you're here for the first time, we have sort of a particular format. I'll let you know. A lot of you have already started knowing what the format is, which is let us know where in the world you are, what deck you are using, and if you have a burning question, let us know. For the first half of our time together, we'll be doing readings for each other. This is a great exercise in learning how to read a single card, which is funny for me because I'm like never a single card reader, right? I'm like, pull more cards, pull more cards. But I think this is good. I think this is a good practice. And we're going to move quickly. So what's going to happen is I'll take the questions as I always do in the order in which I see them. I will pull a single card to answer the question. If you would like to do the reading, you're going to put the name of the person, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. And so if you ask a question, listen to me, but then go through and read the chat and get your full reading. So this is just a great exercise in group reading. Now, once we get to about the halfway point, we're here for an hour. Once we get to about the halfway point, we're going to turn our conversation toward tarot study. And so I want you to be thinking about, like, what do you want to know when it comes to tarot? Is there a particular card you have questions about? Is there a particular reading you did that you don't understand? Do you have questions about a reading technique? Do you have questions about decks? We're here. So you can ask those questions as we get to the half-hour mark. All right. A special shout out, of course, to the members and moderators. We appreciate you so much. Let's get going. And you can, what do I have to do? I have to go over to Card Cam. That's what I have to do. There we go, Card Cam. And as you can see, I am using Wiser Tarot. All right. So I'm going to go through and say hi to some of the people we see here who have told us where they are and what deck they're working with. We've got Christina. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years, and thanks for using members-only emojis. Westchester, Pennsylvania, using Lightseers Tarot, one of my favorite decks. That is a question. Someone remind me to talk about this when we get halfway through. I got questions about Lightseers. I love that deck, but there's a question plaguing me about it. So someone remind me. Oh, Lisa Harmon, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. And thank you for the very generous super chat. My goodness. Oh, so appreciated. So appreciated. All right, so let's see. Lisa Harmon, thanks for being a member for more than 2 years in Greenville, South Carolina, using the Minnie Hanson Roberts. Beautiful, beautiful. Mixuir, Michelle in steamy Toronto, Ontario. Who's in a place that's having a heat wave right now? And I was like, cold. This room gets really, really cold. Like how in Florida the air conditioner can make things really cold? This particular room in my big office gets really cold. So I had my sweater on. But you also know we turn the air conditioner off because it's loud. So it was cold, and now it's not cold anymore. In fact, it's not cold anywhere. All right. So, right. Oh, Christina, we are in PA, 105 today. So says Teresa. She's also in PA. Smile Soul 20 says yes. Absolutely. Oh, Lisa, 94 Fahrenheit with the real feel is 101. Here we are. And my goodness gracious, Wendy Robinson, who has been a member for more than 2 years, has just rejoined. Thank you so much, Wendy. So happy to welcome you back to our members. All right, let's see, just checking in. Smile Soul 20, thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. You're in Connecticut using Vanessa Tarot, and if I remember correctly, I was literally in the room with you when you got that deck, if I remember correctly. Okay, and let's see. Ice Chan, in New York and using Wiser Tarot, certainly. And Claire C., thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Port Charlotte, Florida, using Radiant Rider Waite. Dina Moskowitz, thanks for being a member. Wiser Tarot in Nyack, New York. Wendy Robeson is in Oklahoma City. Darcy Rosner saying hi from planet Earth. Perfect. Working with Deep to Dusk to Onyx. So cool. Yes, I was. That's what I thought, Smile Soul 20. So cool. So cool. All right. So, and as people come in, we'll welcome them. If I miss someone to welcome. Oh, Virginia W. I love seeing this, everyone. So, okay, y'all know this story. I know you know the story. And Ginny, Virginia W., I hope to see you at our tarot meetup, Panera Bread, Palm City on Sunday. Hope to see you there. So Ginny and I have known each other for a very long time from Connecticut. And we're both from Connecticut. I moved down here after being in Pennsylvania for about 4 years in 2008. And Ginny and her husband, Charlie, have just moved down. They're about 20 minutes, half an hour from me in Port St. Lucie. And so seeing you say that you're here from Port St. Lucie, I just love that, Ginny. Thank you for being a member, Ginny. Thank you for using members only emojis. Greetings from Port St. Lucie. Yay! Using the Radiant Rider-Waite Smith. I see your question. I see your question. We will get there. And Teresa, thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for being a moderator. Good evening from the Poconos. That's where I met you. On the treadmill, no deck for me tonight. That is all right. Oh, this is one I don't know. Victoria, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year in Las Vegas using Chloe Grinsner. Is that how you say it? I don't know that deck. I'm so excited. Very, very good. All right. So I am going to scroll back. Yes, Ginny, just reach out. Text me or call me or social message me or whatever, Ginny, and bring it on in and we'll do it. Yes, I would love to. I really want to do that. And see you Sunday too. That is fabulous. Okay. Teresa, wish I could move down to Florida too one day. Many of us do. We'd love to see you. All right. So, people have started doing readings, so I better catch up. Here we go. Those of you who are doing readings, get that shuffle on. We will take these in the order in which we see them, and I'll try like heck not to skip anyone. If you see me skipping someone, please let me know. Starting with Christina. Thank you once again for being a member. We really appreciate you. Daughter is going on a trip. How will that go for her? If you would like to do this reading, at Christina, the name of the card you got, your interpretation, how will the trip go for Christina's daughter? Let's find out. All right, here we go. The Two of Cups, so I'm going to say very well. I think the trip will go very well. Let's see what other people have to say. All right, next up, Smile Soul 20. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Question is, what does the universe want me to know? If you would like to do this reading at Smile Soul 20, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Let's see what we got. 9 of Swords reverse. The universe wants you not to worry. Something that you've been worrying about, it's not going to be as bad as you fear. It's going to be okay. The universe wants you to know that. Radiant Life, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. My question is, what will be the most important thing for me to focus on that will lead to my greatest success in my new career path that I have just started? Well, congratulations on that. Friends, if you'd like to do this reading at Radiant Life, the name of the card you got in your interpretation. This is where reading with one card is really hard. Let me go back. Smile Soul 20, you are more than welcome. Let me go back and really look at the question. What will be the most important thing for me to focus on that will lead to my greatest success in my new career path that I just started? We got the Ace of Swords reversed. Okay. What you want to focus on, and there are many things, of course, most importantly, what you want to focus on is in any situation where a misunderstanding of something could really trip you up, whether it's a misunderstanding of the law, whether it's a misunderstanding of taxes, whether it's a misunderstanding of your duty of care in your work, whether it's a misunderstanding of people that you're hiring on. Avoid misunderstanding. Think, double think. Check, double check. Avoid misunderstanding, avoid misinformation. All right. Wendy Robison, here we go. So glad that you are a member once again and so glad to have you here. Haven't asked the universe in a long time, but will love find me again? Let's see what we see. If you'd like to do this reading, at Wendy Robison, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Three of Pentacles reversed. I feel like it hasn't worked in the past. And so there's a part of you that's kind of like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if I really even want that. So I feel like it could, but I feel like there's some healing you would need to do. And there's some closure issues that I think you've become indifferent. And I love that, where Taylor Swift says, you don't have to forgive. You can just be indifferent, right? I think you've gotten there for sure. But I think there's some pain that is still within you that makes it hard. So, right, Wendy, so true. Very indifferent. Yep, there it is. All right. New member, Tamika. Okay, last name. Is it Archival? Let me know if I didn't get that right. We are so happy to have you. This is your first Global Tarot Circle with us, I think. Certainly first as a member, and we're so happy to have you. All right. My question is, oh my gosh, Dina, hang on. Tamika, you're up next. That was pretty close. Okay, good. Good. Dina, holy shit, 3 people got aces for Radiant Life for a new business. That's really exciting. That's good. We love that. That's really good. Okay, so Tamika, my question is, my financial situation going to get any better this month? Let's see. Who would like to do this reading? If you would, at Tamika, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. What do we see? High Priestess. I think that you are doing the spiritual things and the real world things, the mundane things, to make it so. I think you are really trying to be wise and you're really trying to, be serene rather than panicking, which is good. And I think that's going to help make this improvement. All right. And, Mixer, I got the Ace of Swords for you. Good. We love that. All right. Gemini Sun, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member and a moderator. And thanks for using members only emojis. Oh, Jen Schultz, we just got going. Glad you're here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being here. Get your question on in if you like. All right. Where are we? We're on Gemini Sun. Here we are. My question is, how can I gain financial freedom? What does the universe need me to know on this topic to move towards it quicker? All right, if you'd like to do this reading at Gemini Sun, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Wheel of Fortune. I think you have to trust that it can happen. you have to kind of look for the luck because luck will matter. And it has to be something that feels really renewable, right? Like I did this today. I need to be able to do it tomorrow. I need to be able to do it the next day. I just need to be able to do it all the time to make it happen. Let's see what other people say. That does make me feel like it's doable, though, I gotta say. All right. And Wendy, you're using your mini Lightseers deck also. That's so great. Mix you here. Cards on the floor. Give me a minute. All right, mix you here. I haven't had a love life check-in for a while. Would love anyone's insight on a future life partner. Will I meet them soon? Right, stuff like that. All right. Excuse me. If you would like to do this reading, at Mix You Ear, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Let's see, what do we got coming? Ha! Y'all! I'm excited. Mix You Ear asked about love life. About whether, right, and Mix You Ear says, FYI for folks, I date any gender. Gotcha. So, Mix You Ear asked about a life partner. Let me get the exact question. What was the exact question? Anyone's insight on a future life partner, will I meet them soon, etc. The Lovers. And while we know that the Lovers is not necessarily a romantic card, in this context, I think that's pretty positive, and I'd say, yeah, maybe even in the next 6 months. Looks really good. Let's see what everyone else has to say. Joyous Ocean, good to see you. The suspense. All right, and thank you, everyone, for doing readings. Mix You Ear says, OMG, please, God. All right. Oh, and Gemini Sun, Wheel of Fortune does feel good for that question, doesn't it? Right? All right. All right, who's next? Oh, Wendy, similar questions. Yeah, seriously. Ice Chan, what Mr. M wants me to know. Interesting. I would like Mr. M to tell you, but let's see. Is Mr. M no longer living? Is this a living person or a not living person? I don't know. We'll just do the reading. Let's just do the reading. All right. If you'd like to do this reading, at Ice Chan, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Ice Chan, Ace of Cups, this is a card of love. I don't know what kind of love or in what kind of context, but there's love here. And that's what you are to know. There is love here. Special secret. Well, there's love here. There you go. Okay. And Christina, that's so smart. Temperance, looks good. Check out your pharmacist. Seriously, or your bartender or your chef. Yeah, so good. So smart. So smart. Oh, yeah, wonderful. No, he's not dead. Yeah, no, I don't know what kind of love or what that means, but there's love. Okay. And readings still happening. Very good. Readings for Tamika. Readings for Mix You Ear. So good, so good. Okay. Okay. So, Ginny. Virginia W., we appreciate you so much. Here's the question. Hey, Peggy Lou, good to see you. Why do I give myself such a hard time when reading for myself? So I feel like we should do that as a reading. But I also feel like that could be a conversation for later on too, right? Because that's a thing, self-reading is so hard for that reason. There are some people who say you can't read for yourself. I don't believe that. I think we should read for ourselves. I wouldn't want to trust a reader who won't read for themselves. But it's hard. It's hard to be objective, right? It's all about objectivity. And so we will naturally go toward interpreting toward our hopes or our fears, our optimism or our pessimism, whatever's there. So that's interesting. So here we go. Anyone who wants to do this reading, at Virginia W., the name of the card you got in your interpretation. Why do I give myself such a hard time when reading for myself? I think with the Four of Cups, it's because you want to make sure you're being objective. And if you want to make sure you're being objective, you have a hard time objectively thinking that good things are going to happen. I'm sorry. I mean, I know you. You're not a pessimistic person. You're really not. But there is a part of you that feels like in order to be objective, you have to be like open to the negative, which is true. But then I think, yeah. And I think you have a hard time just trusting yourself. I think when you come to visit, remind me, we're going to do some exercises for objectivity. All right. Okay. Here we go. Claire C. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. We really appreciate you. Will my knee be strong enough to travel in late October? I certainly hope so. If you would like to do this reading, at Claire C., the name of the card you got, your interpretation, I'm going to do it in one moment. Virginia W., that's absolutely true. I drew all fives last night, was up half the night worrying about it. Which is such a 5 thing to do. I mean, if that was not a self-fulfilling prophecy, I don't know what is. But what would be another way to process all 5s? You know, that's something we can really talk about. Nothing bad happened, of course. Of course nothing bad happened. Of course. So funny. So funny. All right. Where were we? We're doing Claire C. Will my knee be strong enough to travel in late October? I think that's a resounding yes. Hallelujah. 9 of Pentacles. And I'm going to say by September, you'll know. You're like, so it's not even going to be a worry. It's not even going to be close. That's what I think. Okay, Mixuir, whatever that was, Mixuir says, oh, Christiana, I think that might be a wonderful topic for the second half. Well, would you please go ahead and type in what that was? Because by the time we get there, and I realize it's just a few minutes away, but when I'm in my reading mind, I'm not in my thinking mind. So please literally write it in, what that topic was, and we'll do it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Hang on. Just scrolling through to make sure I don't miss anyone and figure out where I am. Thank you, everyone, for doing readings. Thank you, make sure I see it and appreciate it. Hey, Cheryl Jefferson, good to see you. When did you sneak in? Hey, Fedborn, very happy to see you. Tamika's in PA as well. You can see I'm just scrolling up looking for where I belong here. Ah, there it is. I just saw Ginny. So I think I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Now I'm scrolling and looking for the next question. And I believe it is Teresa. Teresa, thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. Thanks for using members only emojis. I'm going to start looking for work in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Will I find something to start around September like I'm hoping, or will it take a bit longer? Let's see. If you'd like to do this reading, at Teresa, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. And for those of you who have not been following along, this is Teresa looking for her first job after graduating with her MBA, I think. I think that's what it is. All right. Okay, I'm going to say with the Nine of Cups reversed, it may not be September. It may be a little later. It may take a little longer. Yes, it is the MBA. Okay, it may take just a little longer. Let's see what other people have to say. Okay, Joyous Ocean, what's going on? We do, it's Global Tarot Circle. We do questions in the first half and in the second half tarot study. Okay. Next question I've got is Darcy Rosner, and I know people have started doing these readings already. This is hard to ask, even to say. My husband is dying of cancer. I'm so sorry. I'm very worried about my ability to financially handle my life expenses without him. My plan was to live with my daughter and her husband, but I feel like they will back out. What will happen here for me? I'm so sorry you're going through this, Darcy. And I know many of you have been doing these readings. But if you haven't and you want to, at Darcy Rosner, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Darcy, the Hierophant. Have faith. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in the people around you. Have faith in higher power. All will be well. It will be okay. You will be okay. And in fact, probably better than you think. It's going to be okay. Cassandra Revelta, so good to see you. Copying and pasting your bestie's question. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Okay. Cassandra, how can I gain my financial freedom? What does the universe want me to know about speeding this process up? If you'd like to do this reading, at Cassandra, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. For you, the Three of Wands reversed. And I think what you need to do is think about, like, you have to recognize that it would be possible. And you have to be clear about what your skills are and what you want to do with those skills. Like, you've got to see the way forward first. Okay. Okay. All right, Rose, so happy to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Hello, I'm waking up to my own life. What actions can I do to stay awake and become an active participant in my own life? All right, if you would like to do this reading, at Rose, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Ace of Cups. Keep the energy moving. Make sure you drink a lot of water. Keep love in your heart. Remember to love yourself and to love your life. Oh, Darcy. Sending you so much love. Okay. Scrolling through looking for questions. And at this point, the floor is open for tarot questions. And we're going to put one out right away, which is having to do with those fives. Like, if you got all fives in a reading, how would you interpret it? Or what do you think about the fives? What are your keywords for fives? Tag it fives and let us know. How do you feel about the tarot fives? Let us know. All right, and we'll continue to do readings. Oh, Lisa Harmon, did I skip you? I am so sorry. And I saw the question too. So we're going to do it right now. Lisa Harmon, thank you for being a member for more than 2 years. And if I skipped Lisa, I might have skipped other people too. So have an eye. And I'm so sorry I skipped you. Iris Hawkins, oh my goodness, it's so good to see you here. Thanks for being here and thanks for becoming a member. We appreciate you so much. All right. Lisa Harmon, the question is, do I need to be nervous about my upcoming PET scan? I'm saying that from my memory because I saw it, but then was waiting to see it when it was time to do the reading and I missed it. So hopefully I got that question right. And I'm so sorry you even have to be having a PET scan. Hate that for you. But let's see it. If you'd like to do this reading, at Lisa Harmon, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Okay, do not give in to dark imaginings. There is nothing to be afraid of. No matter what the results are, there is nothing here to fear. Seriously. And in fact, getting the information will be helpful. You'll be glad you did it. All right. And I apologize for skipping you. Did I skip anybody else? Let me know. This is the hardest for me because I have to see, like I see all the readings and the commentary, and then I have to find the questions in between, and it's easy to skip. All right. Okay, I am scrolling back and I want to hear, we've got a lot of readings going on, but I want to hear your thoughts on fives. And Ginny, this is so interesting. I always wonder this. Like, how effective, we've been doing this for more than a decade, how effective is it? Great question, right? And Ginny says, it's amazing how similar the theme is here. Yeah. Hey, Ness, good to see you. Glad you're here. Peggy Lou, I'm pretty sure you had a question, didn't you? Where's your question? Adrija, okay, I see Adrija's question. We're going to do Adrija right now because I see it. I did skip you, Peggy Lou, yes. So we're going to do Adrija right now, and then we're going hunting for Peggy Lou or anyone else we might have missed. Yeah, exactly, Lisa. That is exactly it. If there is anything there, it'll be caught early, and we're grateful. Exactly. Okay, so Adrija, we're going to do Adrija Roy. We just want to know about the month of August. How will August be for Adrija? If you'd like to do this reading, at Adrija Roy, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Four of Swords, it's going to be a month for contemplation, to really think about what you're doing and what you want and what's going to make you happy. Okay, and I'm seeing a question coming in. Oh, Wendy, is it really in our best interest to know the future? That's a great question. There's so much to talk about with predictions. Friends, tag at predictions and ring in. What do you think about predictions and how does it help to know the future? Is forewarned forearmed? Or when we look at the future, does it change things? What about quantum? That's a thing. Okay, I want to grab Ness's question right now. Ness, thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. How is my dad doing? He's in the hospital. If you'd like to do this reading, at Mediha Ness, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Five of Pentacles, there's a problem here. He's not doing great. He's not happy to be there. And I think there may be some problems with the diagnosis or treatment. Hopefully they'll find new information and be able to help him better. Okay, and we'll keep those readings going. And I am scrolling back looking for Peggy Lou and anyone else I might have missed. Got it. Got Peggy Lou. All right, Peggy Lou, thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. If you'd like to do this reading at Peggy Lou, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. What message does the universe have for me? Going through a lot of physical pain and I'm sad with my living arrangements. Okay, let's see what we got. Judgment reversed. Right now, it doesn't feel like there's a way to fix either of those things. But what did Bob Dylan say? Don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin. There could be answers coming. So be open. Let's see what other people have to say. Okay, friends, if I missed you, let me know. I'm going to go to our topics now. Oh, here's Trey looking for a message from the universe. We're going to do that. Hey, Sonny, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Yes, I will do Trey. Trey, thanks for being a member for more than a year. Carolyn B, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Trey, okay. So we're going to do Trey and we're going to do Carolyn. If you'd like to do these readings, at Trey Cameron, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. May I have a message from the universe? 9 of Wands reversed. Be more patient with your healing process. Be patient with yourself as you go through your healing process. Let's see what other people have to say. And Carolyn B, if anyone else would like to do this reading, at Carolyn B, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Carolyn's looking for a message. Justice. Carolyn, be fair with yourself and make sure other people are being fair with you. Demand to be treated fairly and make sure you're doing the same, treating other people the same. All right. Now, regarding looking at the future, this is such a fun topic. I love this topic. Do we really want to look at the future? Dina says, do the cards just reflect and we feel seen? Because I've also had a few accurate predictions, so I too am confused about tarot. Claire C, predictions. I only like positive predictions. However, a warning of a year of rough times with smooth waters returning helped me survive the pandemic. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, and we do have a question for a reading, which is for Joyous Ocean. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. My 2 trips in July, will they be restful and will they be profitable? Let's see if you'd like to do this reading at Joyous Ocean. The name of the card you got and your interpretation. 10 of Cups reversed. To make sure they are both things, make sure things at home are all set before you go. All right. And of course, folks, please feel free to continue with those readings. So here's my take on predictions, and tell me what you think about this. I've been a full-time reader for 30 years. And so I've seen predictions. I've seen it all, right? I've seen them be true, not be true, all kinds of stuff. However, here's what I think. And you know, I saw Ginny said something smart. Looking at the future changes things. Forewarned is forearmed. It helps me get out of my own way. So here's what I see. I think that we can get to a point where we make a prediction and we can be like, how sure am I that this is going to happen, right? I'm 50-50. I'm 80-20. I'm like, I would stake my entire reputation on this. So I think sometimes like we feel it more than others. Right, Lisa, I have mixed feelings about it. It depends on what the subject is and how I'm resonating with it. Here is what I have come to believe so far. Some things are predictable, some things aren't. The future is sometimes set and sometimes not. Sometimes what we do really, really matters. And so some things are coming like a freight train, and maybe we can predict that. Some things, maybe yes, no. Some things are unpredictable, and the best we can do is give advice for the way forward. So I think it's not that tarot is squirrely, it's that the future is squirrely because we have free will and it's not always set. The future is not always set. We are not here just acting out a part. There are some key things that are set and some things that are very likely to happen based on what people are doing. That's what I think. Tell me what you think. Wendy, there are times I really feel it deep and other times don't feel so connected. And I think as readers, we will tend to take responsibility for that. To sort of say, yeah, that's me not being connected. But it could be that the information is just not there for the having. Like, it's not predictable. There it is. Mixuary, we have free will. A prediction isn't concrete. You can change things. And I would argue sometimes yes, sometimes no. But I think we should always say that to our clients, you know, that free will is a thing. So here are the things you should do. Wendy, yes, I was going to say free will is involved, which makes things move always. Yeah. So, Ice Chan, I think when you leave things up to chance too much, that's when it might go to crap. Right, right. Tarot gives us some measure of control. I think that's what Jenny was saying too. But there's the question, like, okay, let me ask you, and this is a matter of belief. No one is right or wrong here. Can the future always be changed? Can a future prediction always be changed? There is a poignant chapter in Rana George's Lenormand book about a very dire prediction that they got. And every time they'd gotten a prediction like that, it had always happened. And they stayed up all night praying, and then always checking, doing the reading, kept coming up the same way. Finally, it came up differently. So they saw in the cards that the reading was different. And the thing that they had predicted originally never came to pass. So in that moment, they felt they changed the future. So I think that's kind of cool. Medium that rocks. Yes, I think so. Sometimes we can. Yes. Mixture. Prediction is just based on the energy today, but if you change the energy, you can change the outcome sometimes. I think so. Absolutely. And Lisa Harmon reminds everyone to like the video. Wendy, I believe that things can always change due to free will. I like to believe that for sure. Victoria, if I pull a bad card and do not have to go out, I don't go out, right? Right? Yeah, there it is. All right. So that's interesting. And here's the thing. Not every reader is a predictive reader. You don't have to do predictions at all. You can just give advices and say, going forward, this is what you want to think about. The thing is, like, even when I try not to be predictive, sometimes for me, the cards come up in a predictive way, because if you're interpreting the card like, okay, did this already happen? No. Is this happening now? No. Then I guess it could be a prediction. Oh, Jen, what about predictions on big or global events? So, yeah, there are some readers where that's their stock and trade, is the big or global events. What about them, man? I mean, it's a thing. I tend to make them quietly. I tend not to do a lot of that publicly. But yeah, I mean, it's a thing. So, yeah. And I think there are some people who are particularly tuned into that. I think there are some people who have a psychic gift where they can feel the earthquake coming, where they can feel the thing coming. So I think there are some people who are particularly tuned in with that. So yeah, I think that's a thing. Lisa Harmon, I swear that if I hadn't taken my health into my own hands, I might not be here. So yes, you can change the future. There you go. Now, I will tell you, as we come up to the U.S. election, I do have people asking me, and what I'm doing is anytime someone asks me, I do the reading in that moment. And as of late, it was consistent for a while. As of late, it has not been consistent. So. Can we predict quietly whether Joe Biden will bow out? It's an interesting question, right? Let's see. I think he might. I think at the end of the day, he might. Or there might be a health event that will force it. Oh, baby cakes, it's so good to see you. We are past the time of readings. I am so sorry. We are in our tarot studies section. But it's really good to see you. Right, election is all over the place. And here's an interesting thing, and it really is sort of the Trump effect, if you will. Or, if you will, the post-Obama effect. Because it was real. I will tell you, when Obama got elected, I had, like, my spine was ice. And I will say I was a supporter. But my spine was ice when he was elected because I knew what would come next. I knew. I could smell the militias forming. I knew that we were not ready for this. We wanted to be, but we weren't. And I knew that on election day. And so I'm going to say, like, people want to make sort of Trump kind of the spearhead of this, but I'm pretty sure that's not what it is. I'm pretty sure it's reaction to Obama that has polarized things, but we have to recognize the whole world is polarized right now. Look at France, look at England. It's happening everywhere. So it's a global energy. That polarization is a global energy. So, it comes onto the planet every so often. Maybe it's astrological. Maybe it's an entity that comes. I don't know. Jen, 100% a response to Obama. Yeah. Yeah, Christina, it started with the Tea Party and it's global. Now, I will say this. I think a lot of what fueled it globally was the Syrian civil war. That outpouring of refugees all over the world, more than ever the world had ever seen. And, nothing causes nationalism like a bunch of brown people seeking a home. So there's that. Right. Astrology so plays a part in that. Yes, I could smell it coming. So when we talk about making future predictions, I knew it wasn't going to be good. And since I also was very clear that Trump would be in that term anyway, one term. Who knows what happens next? But here's another thing that I predicted at that time, the end of the two-party system. I really think that the two-party system is going to end. So those are my thoughts. Can you quietly predict, are we going to be okay? Right. Trump brought out the dirty laundry. And I mean, I'm not here to say who you should or should not support. A lot of us made more money in the Trump years, and that's a very real thing. I mean, you got to vote in your own interest. Do what you think is right. Are we going to be okay? We may not be happy. I mean, I think it could get worse before it gets better because and I'm speaking about the United States right now, we never had truth and reconciliation at the end of the Civil War. We're still fighting that battle from the 1800s. If we don't clean that up, and what about, the genocide that we committed when we got here? We got to clean that shit up before we can move forward. But yeah, I think we'll probably be okay. Oh, damn. I'm really sorry. Thank you. Here it is. This is, are we going to be okay? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, this is interesting. Lisa Harmon, sometimes you have to be stubborn to change the future. Dina, prediction. If someone is grieving, the cards show that. Quitting the job, the cards show that in my experience, but predictions are hard to be accurate. Yeah. Practice helps. Like being wrong a bunch helps you be right a bunch, I have to say. A medium that rocks. My mother, sister, and I all woke from a dream. We dreamt that a car crashed through our house. We decided not to have breakfast in our normal place. Moments after we sat, a car crashed through our neighbor's house. Psychic much? Oh my gosh. Right, Victoria, women can save us. We need to get our acts together and quick. Yeah. Wow, 3 queens reversed. Look at that. No one will be nurtured. Right. Yeah. It's the Queen of Wands that's missing. And I think that's what Victoria is speaking to. Like, we need to go into battle. We need to fight. So yeah, there it is. It's time for women to rule. Okay. Right, Queen of Wands is not there. Yeah, she's not there. We've got the Queen of Cups. We've got the question was, are we as a society going to be okay? And the thing I will say, because I really do not like to be political publicly. I'm a very political person privately. I don't like to be political publicly because no matter where you're at, I want you to feel safe at my table. I want you to feel safe. But, here we are. The question is, are we going to be okay? And I think one thing we can all agree on is that all of us are worried about what's happening. Different people are worried about different things. And unfortunately, I think some people are worried about things that are not true, but they've been told to be worried about these things. Are we going to be okay? I mean, we already aren't. We already aren't. We're already not. And I think when we see the three queens reversed, we know we already aren't, and we know why. This is a good idea, Dina. Let's turn this all upright as a spell. Let's do it, everyone. And this is not about who's going to win or who's going to lose or whatever. This is about we all need to be okay, and we all need to find a way to be okay. There was a time when being in different parties or being on different sides of a political issue was more like, should we spend money on the bridge or the school? And we need to be able to have that conversation, right? So we want to be all right. We want the world to be all right. We're willing to talk about the issues. We're willing to work on the issues. So let's do this magic together. We've got 8 minutes. Take a breath, light a candle. Let's turn the Queen of Cups upright so that we can know that our happiness matters, and so that we can be compassionate. Compassion has to be part of what we do. So let us welcome compassion to our hearts, to our communities, and to our planets. So mote it be. So much of what has happened has become like a team sport where we just want to win, and we want to win at all costs because the other guys suck. That's fine for football. We need to stop making it be about winning and losing and recognize that at the end of the day, either we all win together or we all lose together. Let's win together. So mote it be. So many of our issues are bread and butter issues. They're issues around money and finances. They're issues around healthcare. They're issues around the environment. Let's envision a future where we can find solutions to these problems that really work. And finally, and the thing that has been most upsetting to me, and I will tell you this, I used to work in politics. And I was doing some work for NARAL. And it was the first time that I had ever seen, people use obviously falsified talking points, falsified images to try to win a political point. With the Queen of Swords, I think more than anything, and I see one side doing it more than the other, you might say, but I think everyone is guilty of this, really. The exaggeration, the misinformation, the out and out lies. the fake videos, deep fake videos, they have to stop. The only way we will be okay as a society is if they stop. So mote it be. Trey, I'm going to argue that that's not true. The powers that be want us in a civil war. I don't think so. I think they want us arguing with each other. I don't think they really want an ideological civil war because of the financial impact of that. I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I think they want us distracted. That's my guess. So, Troy Associate. Yeah, I hope I'm right too, Trey. I really hope I'm right. I really do. I could be wrong, but I hope I'm right. Joy Associate, my candle is lit. I just talked about compassion yesterday after reading a book excerpt. We need that so. I had someone, oh, thank you. Thank you. I didn't think we'd be studying tarot magic or doing tarot magic today, but here we are. So isn't it fun when that happens? So Jen, thanks for asking the question. Whoever it was who said we needed to turn this into a spell, who was that? Was it Wendy? Was it who? I don't, whoever, oh, Dina, Wendy, Dina, all y'all. That was a real group effort, right? That was not planned. It just came together and we did it. So thank you so much. I love this group so much because these spontaneous things can happen. So thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of this group. Thank you for being here with us today. And thank you for your great ideas. Really, really appreciate that. And you can do that with any reading, by the way. All right. We are about 3 minutes away from our end time. Oh, yes. Yes. Claire, you're so smart. Let's find the Queen of Wands and bring her in so we can have the full force of womanhood. Now, I can tell you, we talk a lot about Handmaid's Tale. I haven't watched the whole series. I read the book. I haven't watched the whole series, but I get the point. And in a way, I don't love talking about it because enslaved women in this country really lived that very thing. So the idea that we focus on a fictional version bothers me because we have a real version we can look at. Enslaved women were literally raped, bred, and their children were sold off on this continent not too long ago. And so I have a hard time with The Handmaid's Tale for that reason, or the way we talk about it. But one thing that I can say about The Handmaid's Tale that I think is very, very telling is the scariest characters aren't the men, they're the women. It's Aunt Lydia, it's Serena Joy, it's the wives and the aunts that are the most terrifying. And so I think bringing in the fourth queen is really important because we need all women on board. I so often say that misogyny would die off if women didn't teach it to their daughters. So bringing in the Queen of Wands closes the circle and brings all women in. How could we do a tarot queen theme closer to the election? Oh, that's a good idea. Get all tarot. Oh, this is a good idea. Dina. Would you message me? Let's talk about it. Then we can talk about it here. Let's start a campaign. It's a good idea. We need to start it. So let's say the words, with the Queen of Wands, let us bring not only the full power of womanhood, let us also bring our passion, our spirituality, our creativity, and our vibrancy to ourselves, to one another, to our communities, and to our planet. So mote it be. All right. Victoria, referencing your book, page 88. Love your book. Thank you. Thank you. What's on page 88? Inquiring minds wish to know. This book? Tell me it's this book. Is it that book? Because that's the book I have right here. I'm going to page 88 just to see what's there. Oh, yeah. Okay, fire. Yeah, got it. Okay. Cool. All right. My friends, I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Oh, yes, we should also include the Empress. Absolutely, absolutely. So, Dina, let's talk. Let's find a plan. We'll work it out. We'll make it happen. Do we have to? Okay, hang on. We're going to put the Empress here. You know what else? It's time for shameless self-promotion. If you've got a website, a link, anything, a YouTube, anything you want to drop, go ahead and drop it in the comments. And we'll put the Empress here before we close out tonight to really complete it. And with the Empress, may we invoke Gaia herself, the living body of our planet. May we honor her, may we nurture her, and may we ask for her magic to protect her and to protect us. So mote it be. Okay. The high priest, the women of tarot, it kind of makes sense that we should consider this. Maybe what we need to do is, I've got the schedule all set for July. There's new links coming up, but I've already said it with IT John. Maybe what we need to do in August is do the women of tarot. And, for the men who are here with us, you are welcome. This is not a girls' club. All genders are welcome here, but I think we recognize women are under attack. And that started like on a planetary level. I mean, it's always been, but think about 1979 in Iran and how it's really just tumbled down all over the world since then, right? So as we study the women of tarot, it is a legitimate tarot study, but also gathering the magic of that energy. And everyone has feminine energy. And I think that is the energy that we need right now to turn the world the right way. So, does that make sense? All right. My friends, thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate all of you. I hope to see you soon. There's links in the description. Reach out for a reading, all the things. If you happen to be local, see you at Panera on Sunday. I'll be back on Thursday with your Tarot Topics Weekly newsletter recap. Thank you all. Oh, Anna Kay, astrologically, it's fertile feminine time right now. That's so good, cool. Oh, Jen, in-person spell working with your local magical people. Each person channel and work with that specific energy. That's so good. Perfect. Thank you all so very much. I really appreciate you. Take good care, everyone.